Hey guys, how you doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all those around the world. Welcome back to the Pokemon Unite video featuring Machamp, newly buffed by the way, in the jungle, coming through the master rank. I think we're gonna try to do a new series. I don't know how long this series is gonna last. I'm gonna give it the best. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time. We're gonna see. But what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to go for 2 wins. So for example, if I'm putting out a video as of today right now for Machamp, we're gonna play 2 games. We're looking for a win and a loss, essentially. But if I get back-to-back 2 wins, that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? Everybody wants the W, but you know, I also want to show you guys my mistakes and what have you. So we'll probably do a win and a loss if possible. But if not, it'll probably be 2 Ws. So we'll see what's going on here. At the end of the day, though, this Pokemon got buffed. He's actually a lot better than what he was before. They increased the damage on Karate Chop. They give you a little bit more sustain on your basic attacks. And then you have Dynamic Punch range got increased, which is phenomenal, by the way, because I love that ability. And then what else would happen? If you submission a target, right? Let's say you go to submission a target. You know how sometimes you do it and they don't get submissions. You know what I mean? You would still keep the buffs. So I mean, that's not so bad. Now, Machamp is in a interesting place right now. We have this new buff for Lucario with smoke. What's it called? Slow Smoke. You can run Slow Smoke pretty much on everybody. I mean, we all know how strong it is right now, Lucario. We know how strong it is on Wigglytuff. You got a movement speed increasing Machoke running at your face with Dynamic Punch, who jumps on you. You get stunned, then you get smoke screened or Slow Smoke or whatever. You ain't going nowhere. If he's got red buff, you ain't going nowhere. You know, I think Slow Smoke can make a lot of other Pokemon very, very powerful, especially when people start realizing, hey, Machamp hasn't been nerfed in a very long time. Or hey, Greninja hasn't been nerfed in a very long time. You know what I mean? Like the low-key Pokemon that people don't think about, I think are very, very strong right now. They think about it. Zero Aura is pretty much non-existent to this game right now. I don't care if you're a Zero Aura fan. He's not great right now. Because they nerfed... What did they nerf? His Unite move? They nerfed Discharge? You know what I mean? But then you have Pokemon like Talonflame, who everyone is sick and tired of seeing. He got nerfed. Thankfully, because he finally needed it. So now you have the underrated Pokemon, Machamp in the jungle. You can still do Gardevoir in the jungle. There's a lot of Pokemon you can play now who do a lot more than they did before. Because, again, their impact previously wasn't that great per se, but considering that stronger Pokemon got nerfed, which makes them more relevant now, you know what I mean? They bring a lot more to the table. Especially with Machamp and his Dynamic Punch, which gives you movement speed increase when you land, and it also stuns everybody in that area, which is really, really strong. Now today we're running Weakness Policy, because I love that item. I think it's pretty good. I think everybody should level it up, low-key. We're running Weakness Policy, Focus Band, and Muscle Band on my Machamp, per usual. When I'm not running Weakness Policy, I generally take Buddy Barrier. I don't really run Scope Lens on Machamp or Razor Claw. You don't need it because he gets naturally crit rate as he levels up. So I mean, essentially, you don't necessarily need it, and Submission gives you that crit rate. Same thing, Cross Chop, what have you. You don't need that sort of thing. Now, when it comes to Weakness Policy, though, the more you're inside that team fight, the more damage you're going to deal. This is why I like running it on Dragonite, Lucario, what have you. It's actually really, really good. And on top of that, Machamp has this factor where I got freaking slept. Machamp has this factor where you pop your Unite move, right? And everyone's all like, oh god, he's gonna do it, right? You don't necessarily just have to pop your Unite move and throw out your Unite move with Machamp. It gives you that power boost when you activate the button. You can beat down Pokemon for a low while before you have to actually use it in most case situations. Whereas right there, all I wanted to do was zone so my team could finish the Dreadnought over there. That's all I wanted to do. That was it. We were able to do it. I think this Pokemon is super underrated right now in the metagame, and I know a lot of people are going to agree with me, just because at the end of the day, what exactly does Machamp bring to a table that's bad per se? I get you, there's better Pokemon in certain matchups, but this Pokemon brings a lot to your table, whether it's damage or crowd control. And here's the thing, which drives me insane right now. Think about this. Most players that are playing this game who are 2,500 plus, give or take, they're playing groups, right? Their perspective of the game is completely different than your perspective. So just because Andy, for example, is 2,900, 3,200, or whatever, and he says Charizard is the best Pokemon in the game, right? That's necessarily his opinion for what he's doing. So again, he's playing in a group setting where Charizard probably fits really, really well in his group, right? So therefore, Charizard is really, really good in the team comp that that he's playing with. It's all going to change depending on what rank you're at. If you're playing solo queue, you're going to have a different mindset, a different tier list, a different ranking system per se than somebody who's been playing in 5v5 stack groups since day one. You know what I mean? It's all going to be subjective. Whereas Lucario, for instance, he fits what? Everywhere. Like, you can plug a Lucario in anything, and he's going to do fantastic. Now, that also might be the nature of the Pokemon, but then you have people like Machamp, for instance, who, when the game came out, yes, Machamp, for those of you who weren't here, was one-shotting a lot of people just like Gengar was in the old days. And then they nerfed him to what he is today. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things, a lot of factors that make up certain Pokemon. Dude, we really need one goal here. Are you guys serious? Come on, man. Talent Flame, bro. Just let us score it. What's wrong with you? I love how Pikachu has 20 points, though. And he's just chilling. Like, he could probably get it done before we could. But it's okay. They keep coming down. They just keep coming down. It's alright. Thank you, Slow Bro. Let's roll. Goodness, man. But again, I think this Pokemon right now in the metagame is pretty solid. Especially when you get into a group setting where you have a good team composition. You're actually getting your rotations done. You bring a lot to your team in form of damage and your crowd control with Dynamic Punch. It's interesting. But then sometimes you'll play Machamp, right? And you'll get into those games where, let's say, who's a really good jungler right now? Greninja. Let's say Greninja is just kiting you out all day. You know what I mean? Like, he's got red buff. He got the first kill on you, for instance. And now you're a little bit behind, right? And he's bullying you. Then that feels bad. You know, but it's not necessarily your fault as Machamp. That's just like, you got caught. You made a mistake. It is what it is. It doesn't mean that Pokemon's bad, right? But hey, I'm just glad Talonflame got nerfed, man. I am so excited for him getting nerfed. Now he has to freaking run Brave Bird, and I mean, you can still run Fly, but still, it's just like, it just feels so good, you know? But anyway, looks like this game is over. We're going to dive right into the next one. I'll catch you guys in a minute. Let's go. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to game number 2. And you guys say Machamp is underrated, right? Don't you guys think Machamp's underrated? I think he's a little bit underrated, especially when we can do things like this. Oh, nope, come on, Garchomp, go back out. We got this. Just get the bird, get the bird. Get the bird, bud. Jump on the bird. Nice. Let's go. We're in a situation now where, generally speaking, I would think he would leave me, but no, he stuck around. Good job, bud. You did it. Get these bees and get up out of here. Get back to our jungle. Anyway, everybody and their brother always says that just because a Pokemon is not in the metagame, for example, he's underrated or not very good, right? Like, everyone's tier list always says the same thing. Whereas, everyone's tier list is subjective, everyone's tier list is different. But think of it like this. Billy, who has like 4,000 points, right, in leaderboards, say the best player, right? Guess what? You can see that that player has been playing with groups 9 out of 10 for every single one of his games. So his opinion of the meta, his opinion on tier list or what have you is going to be completely different than, I don't know, Wendy, right, who plays nothing but solo queue. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's opinion is different on every Pokemon. But then between group and solo play, it's a completely different animal, right guys? It's always different. Think about it like that. Whereas for me, who's my favorite Pokemon? Gengar, right? What do I think about Gengar? Fantastic. What does Billy think about Gengar? Probably not very good, right? You know what I mean? Everyone has different opinions on every single Pokemon in the game. And I think some Pokemon get left behind or a bad taste, like Charizard, Machamp, you know what I mean? These Pokemon where you don't see them that often. Ninetales, for instance. And yes, I see you, I know. My video is coming for Ninetales, I promise. It's coming. This week, I guarantee you, I'll have a Ninetales video up for you. I know. I keep saying it, but trust me, it's coming. But in any case, man, I feel like Machamp right now, in the right hands, is very, very strong. regardless if he has his weaknesses, or just like Charizard has weaknesses, or Greninja, or whatever. Every Pokemon has weaknesses. But in a team setting, in an environment where, regardless if this is a solo queue game, right, you bring so much to the table in the forms of crowd control, damage. If you notice, I popped my Unite move there, and I waited to like the last minute that I possibly can do it. I didn't need to throw it out. I didn't need to. When you hit Unite move on Machamp, what happens? You get a massive movement speed increase, you get attack damage increase, and then you get that fear factor. And what I mean is, as soon as you activate that ability, people try to scatter. People try to run away because they know you're about to throw hands. You have 4 hands. Someone's going to get hit by one of them eventually. You know what I mean? And you have that fear factor to people are going to run from you, which is great. So guess what? I zone them off. You know what I mean? If you have to throw hands, you hit the button again and you throw hands. You're going to get a target down. But regardless of your Unite move or not, I think Machamp brings a lot when it comes to submission, which means he can pick up a target, slam it down. As long as you get the right target, your team focuses it, and what happens? You guys delete that Pokemon, right? KO, you win. Good job. And then you have Dynamic Punch, which got buffed recently, which means the, how you say, like, the range of the ability got increased, so it's further. You can jump further now. So it gives you movement speed when you land, and it gives you an AoE stun, and you just punch a Pokemon in the face. That's it. You get value. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I feel like I'm having fun playing this Pokemon, and I wish a lot of other people would just give it a chance. You know what I mean? Give him a chance. Give Charizard a chance. Give Greninja a chance. I think Greninja is the best jungler in the entire game. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that people just like to write off as bad, and I think some Pokemon are one of them. Like some people don't like Gengar. How can you not like Gengar? But some people don't like Gengar. By the way, slow smoke on this Pokemon, nuts. He's still slowed. He flashes into the wall, but he knows he's dead. But he still flashes into the wall, and he's still slowed. I think slow smoke is going to be incredible on a lot of melee bruiser Pokemon. Oh my gosh, that was great. That was a very, very good Horn Leech from Trevenant. Very, very strong. And I think if he didn't land that ability, we weren't able to pull that off. But that was really, really good. But check this out, though. Our whole team is alive, right? Where are we? We're fighting in a team fight before the objective. And what happened? We were all there for that objective. No, this situation, go home, bro. You're drunk. Get out of here. But anyway, we all fought for that objective. In a solo queue game, it doesn't happen. Think about it. That does not happen. Regardless of who you're playing or whatever, sometimes you get these lucky games where people actually just want to win. And I know that's rare because as soon as you hop into a game, you want to have fun and you want to win, right? But 9 out of 10, are you actually doing anything to win that game? You know what I mean? It's interesting. But hey, being Machamp, you're always useful because you always have Dynamic Punch, you always have Submission, you can always single target a Pokemon if you choose to. Punch Decidueye in the face. There's a lot of things you can do as Machamp. Just stop writing him off. I think he's actually really, really good. Give him a shot before you just say, oh man, nah, the Pokemon's not for me. You know what I mean? But anyway, this has been Pawse Plays. Hope you guys smash that like button, join that Discord. Come tell me I suck, man. Catch you guys in the very next video. Stay safe out there. See you guys later.